Hello, this is Dr. Newt. Right now, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about patchouli, cologne, and incense. Patchouli. I have in my possession at my home one vial of patchouli oil from India. I had the opportunity of buying it from Tunisia, but when I bought it about 20 years ago, I decided for whatever reason to buy the Indian patchouli. It is a fragrant oil. It's a very small vial, an eighth of an ounce, 1 dram, an eighth of an ounce, an eighth of a fluid ounce. Very small amount. What I've done with it is just unscrew the cap and dab a little on the tip of my finger and then wipe it on myself or on something that I want to give the fragrance patchouli to. And I've only used a very little bit of the stuff over the last 20 years that I've had that vial. At the rate I'm using it, I might still have some 50 years from now. Hopefully I'll buy some more before then. I'll buy a few more vials of it just to have them on hand. I paid a little over $10, I think, for that vial of patchouli oil from a 1/8 ounce from a store in Burlington, Vermont, about 20 years ago. I like patchouli. It's hippie-ish. I like things having to do with the hippie movement. There are bad things that were associated with the hippie movement, of course, that I don't agree with. But there were good things too. Peace and love, music, the culture and arts and so on associated with it. There's a lot of good stuff too. And so I'd like to keep the good and not have the bad, and have, to the degree that it is possible, a revival of the 60s mentality. Yes. Now, besides patchouli, there are colognes. At one time, when I had the money, I don't now, but at one time I had the money, I was able to buy a whole bunch of expensive colognes. You know, the $40, $50, $60 a bottle colognes. Not the dollar store stuff. I do not buy that. I don't like the dollar store colognes. But there's one particular cologne, the one that's my favorite, is actually not one of the more expensive ones, but it's called Preferred Stock, and I had 3 bottles of that. And one of them I gave to my boyfriend, and he likes it.
Yeah, I really did like it, and everyone that smells it actually knew it was Preferred Stock, and I really did appreciate he gave me that because everyone compliments me for it.
So
I still have someone left, actually. He gave it to me, I think, for my birthday. And yeah, it's actually my favorite cologne. I use it all the time. I still have some. I've had it for a very long time. I think I've had it for about 2 years, and I use it every time I go out, and it is an amazing cologne, and it's one of the best cologne I've actually ever had, besides one cologne I got for my 16th birthday, I think it was. For my dad, I think it was. But yeah, it's a really good cologne. I really appreciate him giving me that.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't use colognes ordinarily, except that I had a blanket that was laundered, and I didn't like the smell of the detergent residue on it, so I just took the thing and sprayed it a few times and let the mist settle on it to make an odor that would block the odor of the detergent residue.
Do you mind if I say one thing? Yeah, I don't really mind him not wearing cologne because I like his natural scent. I like his manly natural scent. Yeah. That's what I prefer on him. I don't mind his manly natural scent. That's actually what I prefer. So, yeah.
Besides colognes and patchouli, there are other fragrances. Incense is a fragrance. There are many different kinds of incense. In the Catholic Church, they use frankincense for a high mass, where they put the frankincense in a thing where it burns, and the priest goes like that with it as he's walking down the aisle. towards the altar, and smoke comes up off of the thing, you know. The thing that you put the incense in is called the censer. That's the thing that he's looking like that with, and the smoke comes out. Now, I don't have any frankincense in my apartment. I have some stuff from India that I like. Nag Champa, it's called. I'm not sure whether Nag Champa is just a type of incense or whether it's a brand name. I'm not sure. I did have some that said Satya Sai Baba Nag Champa, and it may have been that the Satya Sai Baba was the brand. I'm not sure, but it is a very good smelling incense from India. And of course, incense, that sort of ties back to the 60s a little bit, with the hippie movement and the patchouli and all that. Incense could be a part of it too. Although, of course, you have to be very careful with incense, not to leave it burning unattended and not to have it burn anywhere there's near anything that is readily combustible. And obviously, you don't want to have gasoline vapors or anything of that sort anywhere near when you're burning incense. Well, anyway, please like, share, subscribe, comment. This is Dr. Nuke signing off.